Creating checklists in MAPCON is a great way to manage workflows so tasks are completed correctly and efficiently. In this tutorial, we will look at how to create both simple and advanced checklists within your MAPCON system. Checklists are available in both Lite and Pro versions of MAPCON, but requires the Advanced Maintenance module. The first essential step in creating checklists is to create checklist keywords. To begin adding and editing checklist keywords, navigate from the main menu to the administration menu, and then to the maintenance administration menu, and then select the checklist menu. Finally, select checklist keywords. On this screen, users can enter a new checklist keyword and description, as well as view a lookup of existing keywords. Double-clicking any of the keywords or descriptions from the lookup will allow users to view or edit more details about the keyword. To enter a new keyword, click New Record at the top and enter a keyword as well as a short description in the corresponding red fields on the screen. When finished adding or editing checklist keywords, click Save Record at the top. A simple style checklist is a simple series of tasks or questions that require a user to check each question and/or task before completing a specific job. These can be made in both Lite and Pro versions of MAPCON. To begin creating these checklists, navigate from the main menu to the administration menu and then to the maintenance administration menu, and then select the checklist menu. Finally, select Create Edit Checklists. Opening this screen will display a lookup of all existing checklists. Double-clicking on any checklist will bring up additional information on the checklist, including its list content and approval status. To create a new checklist, click New Record at the top. Then choose between a simple checklist or an advanced checklist. For now, let's select the Simple Style option. Next, enter the checklist name and description in the corresponding red fields. Double-click the keyword field to select a keyword from the options available. Users can now begin entering the list of tasks or questions to be included in the checklist. To do this, select the next open field and begin typing the question or task. Press the down arrow key or Enter to move on to the next field. To adjust the order, simply select the field that needs to be moved and use the arrow keys on the left of the list to move the entry further up or down the list. To delete an entry, select it from the list and click the box in the red X column. Checking the required box will force the end user who's completing the checklist to finish this step before moving on to the next step. Checking the inactive box will ensure the step will not show up on the end user checklist without removing the step from the system, so it can be reintegrated into the checklist at a later time if needed. The Copy button towards the top allows users to create a copy of the checklist. This is useful when creating multiple similar lists that will differ only in a few minor details. This option will only appear once the record has been saved. Similarly, when creating a new list, the Load button can be pressed to bring up a window of existing checklists to import tasks and/or questions. Finally, before a checklist can be assigned, it must be approved by a user with administrative access. Approval can also be removed at any time. Once everything is complete, click Save Record. Advanced checklists are more in-depth and can have different response types, such as short answer and multiple choice. These various response types allow users to get more specific data than a simple checklist. Advanced checklists are exclusive to MAPCON Pro. To create an advanced checklist, navigate to the checklist menu and again, select Create Edit Checklists. Fill in the top red fields with corresponding information for the new list, and in the Style drop-down, choose Advanced. The question task list here is very similar to the Simple Style version, with a few additional fields, including type. Since user responses may vary based on the type of question or task, There are several types available for selection. Selecting date will require the user to provide a calendar date as a response. Multiple choice will have users choose one out of a set of predetermined answers, which can be entered in this lower field. Checkbox operates the same as the simple response, where a user will check off that they have completed a question or task. Whole number will require users to enter a numeric value as a response. Decimal operates the same way, but will allow for the inclusion of partial numbers such as 3.14, where whole number does not. Large text will provide a large text field for text response up to 255 characters, whereas small text will provide a much smaller text field for responses that are expected to be shorter. Please note that the small text field will still allow up to 255 characters if necessary. Message will simply display a message for informational purposes. Like the simple list, these boxes can be checked to make the question or task required, and the boxes in this column can be checked or unchecked to make the question or task inactive. Finally, before the checklist can be assigned, it must be approved by a user with administrative access. Approval can also be removed at any time. Once everything is complete, click Save Record. For these tips and more, check out MAPCON Technologies on social media. Thank you for choosing MAPCON.